Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the semifinals here in the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Chaos Cup. Tonight, we have Chaos versus Lizardmen. We have Tracksuit Mafia versus a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Merrick, the current reigning Chaos Cup champion. Nick Satan, the current reigning League champion. They'll be going at it tonight. We can take a look at the bracket. Four teams left in this first competition of the season. Knee High to Nuffle will face off against Pips Pippy Fan Club later in the week. But tonight it's Tracksuit Mafia versus a Reptile Dysfunkshun. What a bashy finals this is. Four aggressive, bashy teams here in the semifinals for the Chaos Cup. Whoever wins their games this week, they're going to the Blood Bowl. One will make it to the upper bracket, one will make it to the lower bracket. First up, we'll take a look at Tracksuit Mafia. SP Beaver says, I was really hoping for an elf team to play against. They do not hurt as much. I tried. Merrick's Tracksuit Mafia. He's coming in with a 12-man roster. Wow, 12 men on this roster. A TV of 1320. You can see the big guy, Bro Ivan, the Minotaur. Picked up the guard skill. One of the Chaos Warriors has block. Four Beastmen with claws here tonight. And he picked up a kicker in the number 9 spot. Brostus, he is a kicker. I don't think kick is really going to play a factor in this particular matchup, but, you know, we'll see, I suppose. But these 4 claws, I would say this is typically really aggressive on claws. That's a lot of claws to have on a team. But I think in this particular matchup, this is great. Having these 4 claws players with all those Sarses to go against, this ended up being a really good pickup by Merrick. And I think this gives them a little bit of an edge. Both teams are very strong. I don't think there's a clear winner here. We'll take a look at a Reptile Dysfunkshun's lineup in just a second. But claw means that whoever these players block down, their armor value is 7. 7's not great. An 8+ will break armor, and as is indicative of a Chaos team, look at all these players with horns. You've got 9 players with horns. Horns means if they take a blitz, they get a +1 to their strength. So now you're looking at all of these Beastmen. You have 8 Beastmen on this roster. He'll probably start with 7, but all of them have horns. That means he doesn't have to choose who the blitzer is. And not only that, whoever does the blitzing is already getting a one die block against those really strong strength 4 Sarses. So all he has to do is play standard Blood Bowl, get the assist to get a 2-die block on a Sars, which is huge. Now that's only going to be on the blitz, but then he has the claws. The Sarses have an AV of 9. Claws is going to bring that down to 7. Your armor value, you have to roll a 2d6 to break armor. So the difference between a 7, which requires an 8+ on 2 6-sided dice, is a significant difference from having to roll a 9+ or a 10+. So bringing it down to AV7 is huge. And if he can leverage that tonight, I think he's going to come out on top. 3 TRRs, 1 Apothecary, 2 Fan Factor. He'll be against Nick Satan's a Reptile Dysfunkshun. You thought 12 men for a Chaos team was a lot. He's got 13 men on this Reptile roster. He has 1 Croc, 6 Sarses. He also has 6 Skinks. He will undoubtedly only be starting with 4 Skinks. He wants all 6 Sarses on the pitch. He wants that Crocs on the pitch. But man, that means 2 of those Skinks that are going to be starting are Duncan of Idaho and Meatwad of New Jersey, numbers 14 and 15 respectively. They have leveled up. Duncan of Idaho picked up that sidestep skill combined with dodge. This is a fantastic combo to have on a ball carrier. You will absolutely be certain that Duncan of Idaho is going to be the ball runner for Nick Satan tonight, and Meatwad of New Jersey is a sneaky get. That means when he takes a foul, if the foul doesn't work, if he doesn't succeed on the foul, he doesn't get called off the pitch. Typically, or normally, when you take a foul, if you roll doubles on the armor roll or the injury roll, then the ref has spotted you and you get called off the pitch for the rest of the game. But if the foul doesn't work for Meatwad, then whether he rolled doubles or not doesn't matter. He won't get called off. That means that Meatwad will be fouling every single turn of this game if he is given the opportunity to. Delton, the number 7 Saurus, a level 3 Saurus here in the very first competition of the season. He has block, he has Mighty Blow. This is nasty. Mighty Blow gives you a +1 armor to, it gives you a +1 to any armor or injury roll. So the way that works is you roll your armor roll. If you don't need the +1 there, you save it for the injury roll. He has block as well. He has strength 4 as well. When he is taking blocks on this opposing team that is mostly strength 3, he's going to get 2 dice and he gets Mighty Blow. Merrick has to watch out for Delton. Pickles, of course, has the prehensile tail. I don't think that will be too much of a factor in this game, but he also has Mighty Blow. So it's 2 players with Mighty Blow, and then you have 5 Sauruses left over. The Sauruses with that massive strength of 4. 4 skinks on the pitch. What happens tonight? Well, I think Tracksuit Mafia typically wants to play murder ball. Tonight, they really need to be careful of their marks. If a skink is available to blitz or to block, they want to do it. The skinks only have an AV of 7. They are the easiest to take down, except he has the 4 claws players. So Merrick is going to want those claws players to be in a position at any given time to take a blitz on a Saurus if he can. The Saurus will effectively have their AV reduced to 7. So that means that positioning, that the formation of these 4 beastmen is absolutely critical for Tracksuit Mafia tonight. I would be very surprised if we don't see all 4 in a linebacker position. But if he can leverage claws to take out a Saurus, just one Saurus, that gives you such a huge advantage against a Lizardman team. If he can take out more than one, all the better. But Nick Satan's a Reptile Dysfunkshun, on the other hand, needs to be leveraging Meatwad to get those fouls. He needs to be leveraging Duncan of Idaho's sidestep. Sidestep is going to allow him to not only push that skink forward if he needs to, but allow the skink to be pushed out of position against multiple blocks if he needs to. Sidestep means that when you get blocked, instead of getting pushed back on a block, you can be pushed in any direction, and it's your choice as the defender where you're going to go. The 2 Mighty Blow players are really the last key players, and Nick Satan really needs to take advantage of that as well. If he can pull off Mighty Blow with the Saurus and the Crocs, that's going to give him an advantage and try to get player advantage in this game. It's going to come down to player advantage. Whoever has the most players on the pitch is going to win this game. If Nick Satan can do it just with the natural strength of 4 on the Sauruses and the 2 Mighty Blow players, and the fouling, the dirty, the sneaky Meatwad of New Jersey, then he'll win. If instead Tracksuit Mafia can leverage his 4 claws players to try to get player advantage against Nick Satan, he'll win this game. 2 TRs for Nick Satan, 1 Apothecary, a massive 5 fan factor. Man, everybody loves a Reptile Dysfunkshun, 1 coach assistant as well. We'll get this game underway. There's 2 games of semifinals to play this week. This is the first, and I'm excited to see it. These are all excellent teams, all excellent coaches. Again, this is the reigning Chaos Cup champion versus the reigning league champion. Whoever wins tonight advances to the Blood Bowl later in the season. Looks like both coaches are ready to go. I see them both in Discord, so we'll see if we can find the game. Inducements are not going to be a factor in this game. Tracksuit Mafia, I think, is giving up 30K to a Reptile Dysfunkshun. A Reptile Dysfunkshun has nothing in the bank. There's nothing he can buy for 30K either. So inducements, not a factor. Tracksuit Mafia does have 50K in the bank, in his treasury rather. I suppose he could pick up a Bloodweiser Babe for that. He doesn't need to. So inducements are just not going to be a thing in tonight's game. SP Beaver says he bought a bribe, dropped a skink for it. Wow! I think that's a great call. I think having 6 skinks on the roster was a lot. And it looks like a Reptile Dysfunkshun will set up on defense here to start this game. Yes, indeed. So he dropped a skink. He's down to 12 players. Picked up a bribe for that. That is a great pickup. That's very smart by Nick Satan, I think. The bribe means that if you get called off the pitch, you can bribe the ref. You roll a d6. So long as it's not a 1, you don't get called off. That's going to keep Meatwad on the pitch for even longer. Very, very good pickup by Nick Satan. Nick Satan's coming in with the +1 fame advantage as well. Just the 2 TRRs. If Tracksuit Mafia can get him to spend those early, they'll be in great shape. Currently a 5-man line on defense here for Reptile Dysfunkshun. The Crocs in the nose tackle position. 2 Sarses flanking that nose tackle. He's got all 4 skinks in the backfield and 2 Sarses out in the wide zone as well. Good pickup on the bribe, in my opinion. I think he's carrying too much TV with all those skinks anyway. I think that was a good pickup. All right, the defense is all set up. Now Tracksuit Mafia is going to set up on offense. Ooh, he's got a 7-man line currently. He's going to go toe-to-toe with the big guy. Big guy to big guy. That's strength 5 versus strength 5. Cliffy says, 10-man line, let's go. He can try to block down this line. I think he's going to have to get a 1-die block out of it unless he puts somebody up in the wide zone to start blocking down the line. He could do that, but man, that's a lot of people that'll be on the line. So he could, for example, swap these players up, you know, put a Beastman here, put a Chaos Warrior here. He'd get the... Oh, I'm sorry, he'd put a Chaos Warrior here, the Beastman here. He'd get the 2-die block here, then the Beastman could move over. And then, you know, he could 2-die, 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 2-die. All right, going with that big 7-man line. It's a high kick. Tracksuit Mafia can try to pick this ball up without making the roll. What a kick by a Reptile Dysfunkshun. We'll see if it ends up being a touchback. It does not. I might have not gone after it at that point. I might have just let it scatter, and if it came off the pitch, I'd start up here. But fair enough. Didn't want to have to make the die roll to pick up the ball. I think that's totally fair. And now Tracksuit Mafia takes a 2-die block on the right-hand side of the line. Good block by the Chaos Warrior. He'll take the rest of these blocks. All right, so it looks like he's not going to try to block the outside Sarses. He's going to go for the blitz instead. This is with claws. 8+ will break armor. Didn't break armor. Rolled a 5. So he didn't take the 2-die on all of these players. Instead, he went for the blitz, and so he'll get blocks down on these players. He could move player into position to get the last one over here if he wants. 2-die block on the left side of the line. Gets a push, doesn't follow up. Whether or not to follow up against a Saurus is always a, well, not always, but it can often be a tricky decision. Lizardmen teams are very, very low agility. If you follow up, you can effectively tie them up. They're not gonna dodge. So, but then you're eating 4 dice coming back. So it's a decision that you have to weigh very carefully when you play a high-strength team like Lizardmen. Frenzy block resulted in a knockdown on Pickles, the Crocs. 2-die block into a frenzy follow-up to a 1-die block, lucked out with the POW. He's going to finish blocking down this line. He's going to get a push. Pow, 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 pow. Blitz has been spent. He's got to pick up the ball at some point. Probably wants to set up a cage. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try to set this cage up on the 14-yard line, it looks like. Moves the number beastman over. One space to the left. Oh, I don't know if I like this formation. He's got all of his... wait. No, this is fine. Claws. Where are your claws players? 1, 2... 3, 4. He's got one claws player on the cage. You know what? I think that's pretty good. So he went with a 3-man cage way back on the 14-yard line. You know, I think that's fine. The problem is that's a lot of players that aren't back up where the action is, and you are potentially allowing players to run down the pitch. Just like that. So now 2 claws players are marked at the moment. Clive says, he's so far back I don't feel he needs a cage that far away from anyone. Yeah, I agree. It's fine. It's just you're going to have to play another... You're going to have to play that many more turns of trying to force that cage down pitch. Duncan of Idaho, the number 11 skink, moves down the right wide zone. Oh, all but one of the claws players now marked. Blitz is still on the table. He's going to take the stand-up blitz with the Crocs. Gets the PAL right back against the Minotaur. This will be a 9+. Didn't get it. Claffy says, keep more of them up for assists on claw blitzes. Yes, indeed. He really wants to try to get those claw blitzes out. Here's the foul on the big guy. Gets a stun out of it. A Reptile Dysfunkshun will do that every single turn if he's allowed to. Just under 40 seconds to play in turn 1. Moves the skink over into the left wide zone to play some D. Turn 2, back to Tracksuit Mafia. Claffy says, doesn't get called off, so that's okay. You don't want to get called off and only get a stun. That's not a good deal. Indeed, it's not. So, Tracksuit Mafia can still blitz here. You don't have to start your blitz with a move. You can use up your move after you take the block, but he can still call for the blitz. He has horns. That'll give him 2 dice against pancakes if he wants it, but he has lots of decisions here on where he wants to go and what he wants to do. When you blitz, that basically combines a movement, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Well done. Gets the hun? Gets the POW. Ooh, decided to follow up. That was interesting. So, when you blitz, it's a movement and a block all in one. The block will eat up one of your MA. Otherwise, you can move both before and after the block. So he's going to leave that player right there on the right side. I would have thought maybe he'd move him over, but he's got plans. He's going to move this cage right up to center pitch. Gotta be careful here. His right side is exposed. All the players on the line left to go. Bro Armin, the number 8 Beastman, also has something to do, but what is the question? He could move over here to get a 2-die, perhaps? No, he's going to move down pitch. Wow, threatening the passing game. Look at this. That's all right. He's got an AG3 on both of these players. So long as they're not too far away, this is not bad. 5 seconds to go. Got to do something with these linemen. Ooh, only one with the 1-die block. Worked out against the number 3 Saurus. Doesn't follow up. And that will be it for the turn. I wager. Yes, indeed. Turn 2. There's 2 Chaos Warriors that are about to take some punches. The big guy pulled out of position by a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Well done. Oh no, failed the boneheaded roll. He not only doesn't get his action with the Crocs, but the Crocs does not exert a tackle zone until he passes boneheaded on a later roll. That is very good for Tracksuit Mafia. Hopefully he can convert on that on his turn. We'll see if Reptile Dysfunkshun is going to try to protect the Crocs and keep him from being pulled out of position. Clafius asks, where's the block Mighty Blow Saurus? Right here. Number 7. 2-die blitz on that receiver. Only gets a push out of it. Tried to blitz the receiver. He's not going to get any hits on the cage now. Two-die block on the left-hand side of the line. This will be good. Two-die block now on a Chaos Warrior. Wow. Wow. Gets saved by the push result. Skinks are left. What do you do with the Skinks? Do you reset them into defense, into a defensive secondary? No, you're going to get the assists on the foul naturally. Here we go. 2 assists. Only gets a stun. Broke armor again, but only got a stun. Wow, the number 11 Skink. He is not afraid in the right wide zone. Good positioning with the Skink here that blocks off all of this space here, and this Saurus blocks off all of this space here. So there's no running happening here unless there's a blitz on a Skink. That means without blitzing this Skink, the offense would have to run all the way around here. Looks like they're going to take a 2-die block on Pancakes. 2-die blitz on Pancakes. Gets the POW. Follows up. Might be looking for a 2-die block if he gets another assist. Oh no, he's got the Chaos Warrior. He's got a 2-die block on Delton as well. Well done. Another POW. 10 plus will break armor for this Saurus. Doesn't happen. Claffy says that's a lot of claw blocks with no armor breaks yet. Not yet. But if he keeps pulling them off, it will be. 2-die block in the left wide zone gets a push. Does not follow up. Doesn't want to eat 2-die back on the Chaos Warrior. I think that's a good call. Now he can take a 2-die block against the number 6 Saurus, Krista. because the big guy is not exerting a tackle zone right now. Ninja Clappy said, I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes. You did. They are currently grilling on the floor. Tracksuit Mafia looking to cook them up perhaps next turn. 36 seconds left. He's thinking about what to do with the ball first. He might... I have to imagine he'll take this block. Oh no, that's a 1-die block, but it's a skilled block, so I still think he's going to take the block with the number 2 Chaos Warrior, but he might be deciding to move the ball first. Claffy says, skin cakes? I think that's the appropriate emote. Ball's going to move 1 space forward to the 6-yard line. 4 seconds left. Is he not taking the block? Oh, he doesn't take the block. Oh, I don't know if he saw it or not. Clappy says uphill skink blitz. Maybe. I don't know if you want to do that with your ball carrier. Number 3 skink in the left wide zone moves forward, marks the number 4 Chaos Warrior and the number 5 Beastman. The number 4 Saurus moves up as well. There's a 2-die block with the Crocs against the number 2 Chaos Warrior. Foul on the big guy again. Another stun. Wow. That's 3 stuns on the big guy. He is trying really hard to take him off the pitch. Wasn't too risky to do that right now. Normally you'd save a foul for later in your turn, but he has the bribe. Bribe effectively makes that safe. Two-die blitz on the number 3 Chaos Warrior on the right side of the line. Gets the POW. Mighty blow. Gets a +1 on armor or injury. Doesn't work out this time. Blitzing. Wow, marks the number 12 ball carrier. Claffy says he's fouled the Minotaur every single turn so far. Yes, indeed he has. That's a tough foul, too. Or rather, it's tough luck on the foul. It's only an AV of 8, and he had the 2 assists. That's unfortunate. Look at Nick Satan resetting his defense here in the left wide zone. He's going to stop the movement to the right. Takes the 2-die block on the would-be receiver. He's got 1 skink left to do something with. He might leave him there just for the assist. He does. Turn 4 now to Tracksuit Mafia. Movement to the right wide zone has all but been shut down. He's got blocks that he can take. And remember, you can block with the ball carrier as well. Going to straight with a stand-up blitz. Ooh, and he took it with the Chaos Warrior. We do need a hero. Took it with the Chaos Warrior, so he's not going to get horns this turn. Follows up on the blitz, but now that Chaos Warrior... Man, now that Chaos Warrior doesn't get to move. So he did the blitz because he wanted to do the 2-die block with the Chaos Warrior. Blitz is now off the table. It gets the mark off the ball carrier, but you still need to be careful. You can't just move the ball carrier over here. That would be disastrous. Got to come up with a plan to protect the ball carrier. It's going to move in an assist to get a 2-die block on these two Sarses here. The first one is going to be a good block. What? Oh, I see. He wanted to follow up. Fair enough. I see, I see. I was wondering why he didn't take the block here. Cliffy says, in addition to a hero, we could really use some injuries. PPFC or I have to play these teams next week. I would really like them to lose a few players to level out the TV. 2-die block on the number 4 source. This is also going to work out. Getting nothing out of these hits. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. They're looking to murder, but when you knock down a player, they have to eat up 3 MA just to stand back up. Unless they have the jump up skill. So that's good. You effectively you cut their movement in half, and they can't block you. So the only way they can block you is if they take a blitz. So this is good to actually try to score rather than to simply murder. Wow, what is this? Final turn of the first quarter. He's got to be careful of chain pushes here. No TRR spent by either coach so far. Excellent action order. Cliffy says he's becoming a dwarf team all of a sudden. He's fallen back to his roots. Incidentally, this is why you like to have gaps or those holes in your cage. A, because it's unnecessary, but B, you don't want to chain push the ball carrier out of protection. Number 11 Skink continuing to apply pressure, not doing much of anything except stopping movement. Another foul on the big guy. And yet another stun with no call by the ref. I wonder if the ref can see that far. Look at that. He's got a clear line of sight to that poor Minotaur. Moves number 13 Skink in the left wide zone. Nick Satan doing a fantastic job of area control here on the pitch. Just stopping Tracksuit Mafia's movement in key directions. And Tracksuit Mafia is saying, you know what, that's fine, I'll move in a different direction. But he is slowly getting encircled. Two-die block back of the line with Pickles the Croxagore. Good block, follows up. And that'll be it. Other than the... Oh, he's going to take the blitz. Takes the blitz in the left wide zone. Won't follow up if he wants to move the Saurus over to the left. Oh, only got the push, so it looks like he decided, you know what? I'm not going to move after all. Fair enough. Second quarter begins. Tracksuit Mafia has the ball at their own 4-yard line. They've got free players. They've got free players. We could see a blitzed Skink. Cliffy says, might as well use the blitz for a chance to have it to use, although pushing the player off the pitch in 2 more turns might be helpful for player advantage eventually. Where's the 4th clause player? 1, 2, 3. Is the fourth one way over here? Oh my goodness, he is way out of position. Nick Satan, wow, I didn't even notice that. He's not only pushed this receiver out of position, like this is not a valid receiver at this point, but more importantly, he's keeping that Claws player out of the game. So that's one of the Claws players under control. Man, so smart. Well done. Blitz with the ball carrier. 2-die blitz. Gets a push. He will not follow up. What's the play now? Do you step one back? No, he's going to keep the ball carrier right there. Oh boy. He's going to cage up in the left wide zone, but he's going to have two players marked. Risky, risky. There it is. The front two corners of the cage will be marked, each by a skink. Actually, one of them by, or two, one skink marking both, and another skink marking one. Clivey says, yeah, but marked by skinks. I don't think he's worried about it. Where are the other skinks? So he can dodge. Skinks are stunty, and they have dodge. He could dodge in a skink here. These two assists would not be coming in on the blitz. He just need to get another assist on the Beastman somehow. But if he could get that assist, I could totally see a skink dodge or a skink blitz. Man, oh, finally gets the injury on the Minotaur. Well done. Oh man, the Apothecary's used on the Minotaur. Oh. All right, so he'll be back into this game in a later drive, but now Tracksuit Mafia has no Apothecary. As we all know in the old world, the Apothecaries, they service one one patient and then they go home. Clifey says, and still no doubles. Yeah, still didn't get called off the pitch. Number 6, Sars moving to the left wide zone. This cage, this is the problem with moving into a wide zone. Once you commit to one, you lose movement options. It's just like being cornered in a fighting game. And now the defense can collapse on you. Clifey says, so who does he lock down with fouls next? I think he just goes after whoever he knocks down. If he can go after the Claws player here, he might just surf the Claws player. So maybe not that. I'm not sure. 2-die block with the big guy back at center pitch. This is against the number 12 Chaos Warrior. That's the Chaos Warrior with the block skill. So now Reptile Dysfunkshun finds themselves with a one-man player advantage. And their defense has encircled the offense. Stunty dodge in the left wide zone. Stunty dodge again. And those two skinks will move back behind the Sarses that were moved into position. Takes another block in the right wide zone. He's going to set up for the surf against the number 8 Beastman. That Beastman's going to have to move next turn. Takes the YOLO 1-die block. Not so YOLO, because he had the block skill and mighty blow, and gets another injury. 2-man player advantage for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Wow. There it is. The second player to be injured. The first saved by an Apothecary. This one can't be. The Apothecary has been spent. Just 3 turns left. Tracksuit Mafia has to try to find a way to score. Final turn of, or the final action of this turn is almost certainly going to be the Beastman trying his luck in dodging out or dodging off the sideline. Uh-oh, what's this about? Moves the Beastman. He's marked by 2 Sarses and a skink now. Clifey says, no one has used a TRR, have they? No, they have not. Tracksuit Mafia is going to have 1 to spend here on this turn. If not, he's leaving 1 on the table. Two die block back by the ball carrier with the Chaos Warrior. Doesn't get anything out of it other than the knockdown. All right, here's the blitz. Gets a push. Oh, but now what? Do you go here, here, here? But how do you protect the ball carrier? Oh boy. Oh boy. Marks the skink on the right. He's gonna mark the skink on the left too. With a dodge, a 50-50 dodge. Wow. He's got the number 6 Beastman to do something with, and then the attempt to save the number 8 Beastman on the right sideline. Takes the YOLO block, spends the TRR, why not? You've got it to spend. This will work out against the number 4 Saurus. Cliffy says, man, did he mean to make the dodge, I wonder? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it was an error. "36 seconds to pray to Nuffle to try to save this poor Beastman." He could just relegate him to being surfed and keep this Saurus out of the drive one more turn. Yeah, fail the dodge. Oh, wow, he tried 2 dodges. Oh, I would have just dodged once. Just dodge once, keep the Saurus tied up. The Sauruses are not slow. They have a speed of 6. Yeah, now that Saurus is going to come back into the drive. GG's, eh? Is that what Nuffle decided? Has he already decided that Tracksuit Mafia is going to lose this ball? Gets a mark on the number 11 Beastman. Does that mean a Saurus is going to come in over here for the blitz? 2 die block on the left side. In the left wide zone, gets a push. Doesn't follow up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. GFI blitz. Not going to take the blitz. Not going to take the blitz. Cliffy says Nuffle must already be bored with the game. Has just gone home. He's going to take the blitz on the back corner of the faux cage instead. Gets a good knockdown against the number 7 Beastman. Where's Meatwad? Oh, boy. Oh, he's right there. Doesn't get anything out of the foul. Didn't get the assist on the foul because the Saurus is in the tackle zone of the ball carrier. So that was just a straight AV8 attempt. "35 seconds left for a Reptile Dysfunkshun." Tracksuit Mafia. It's going to have their penultimate turn coming up. Moves Samuel L. Skinkson Esquire over to play some defense right in front of the ball carrier. Impeccable defense by Reptile Dysfunkshun here. He applied a little bit of pressure earlier in the half. Tracksuit Mafia got spooked, moved the ball over into the left wide zone, committed, and then a Reptile Dysfunkshun took the opportunity to collapse down on the offense, and they are not letting up. And that's it. Turn 7 for Tracksuit Mafia. They have to move the ball forward at least 2 spaces. They have to get to at least the 12-yard line if they hope, I'm sorry, at least to the 10-yard line if they hope to score in this half. Oh, wow. Is he going to try? If he was going to try a reception, I would think he'd half cage on the left side of the pitch. So we'll see what he wants to do here. Oh, man, I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it and just take the marks. But he's not going to be able to mark this Saurus unless he runs up on him. What's the play? 1 minute to go here for Tracksuit Mafia. Clavius lowered the GFI failure rate from 900% to a measly 99%. GFI's in the LRB6. When you roll a GFI, you are guaranteed to fail 9 times in a row. Good dodge for the 1-die horn splits. He has to spend the TRR, gets a push out of it. Oh my goodness. And he blitzed so he can't pass. Hank the Ranger prayed to Nuffle. Yeah, Clyphus says he can't blitz and pass. That's right. So he followed up. He was just going to try to move through the defense. Oh, it didn't work out. That was a pretty hefty dodge. That was a 5+ dodge to try to succeed on with no TRR left. Lost the ball here. Turn 7 now to a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Let's see. Oh man, he could pick this ball up and score this half. Nuffle thought that was a very sexy dodge fail. Blitz with the Saurus, so he could move the Saurus onto the ball. Maybe pick up with the Skink. Block down the number 7 Beastman, pick up with the Skink, handoff, throw. That would be insane. If he could do that, he could receive the ball with number 11, and number 11's fairly safe over here. Oh man, I think he's going to try to just that. Let's see. Excellent stun. Excellent stun. Still has both TRRs. Nope, he's going to go for the foul instead. Gets an injury. Well done. Still not going to get called off. And this Beastman's out for the next game. So if Tracksuit Mafia advances to the finals, he'll be out for the championship game. If not, he'll be out for the first game of the Spike Magazine Trophy. Wow, and now the player advantage is coming. So fast. 1, 2, 3. 4 players off the pitch. 4-man player advantage for Reptile Dysfunkshun now. Just 2 turns left in the half. Taking the blocks. Getting the hits. Another good stun. That's a player that's out for the rest of the half effectively. Oh, wow. Gets the POW on the number 4 Chaos Warrior. Ball pickup. Hand off to number 13. What do you say? What do you think? What do you think? I think he hands off to 13. Nope. He doesn't have to. He can just do this quick pass. He's going to fail it. He's going to spend the TRR. Good pass. Good reception. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Good reception to snake this ball on his defensive half. And he will move all the way down to the 22-yard line, the opposing 22-yard line with that extremely fast MA8 skink. There isn't anything that Tracksuit Mafia can do to stop the score. Metal Gear Solid Shark. What the? Clyphus is praying to Nuffle. He's praying to Nuffle that a Reptile Dysfunkshun misclicks and hits the end turn button early. 2-die block with horns against the number 16 Skink. He's gonna spend the TRR. Doesn't take the Skink out of the game. Claws doesn't really do much against the Skink. They already have an AV of 7. He's just looking to take out someone. Failed dodge. And he gets stunned for his trouble. Final turn of the game. I have to imagine he takes his foul first before he scores. But we'll see what he wants to do. We'll see how skittish he's feeling. Where's his fouling player? Right here. I think he takes the foul because he still has the bribe. So the foul's fairly safe. He can foul anyone. He can foul this Claws player, why not? Gonna go for the blitz first. Fair enough. 2-die blitz, gets the POW. My goodness. POW with Mighty Blow. Doesn't get anything out of it. Foul coming up with Meatwad, probably. Still got a couple other blocks to take too. If he wants to go and take all of his blocks, then he still has a TRR. Wow, playing so well. So well. I would be so nervous, I'd just score. Gets a good hit here. Got another 2-die block against the number 6 Beastman. Looks like he's going to set up for the foul against number 11. He's going to get 4 assists on number 11. 5 assists. Oh, he could have got a 5th here. Doesn't get called off. Only gets a stun. Now he's going to score. Doesn't take the final few hits. 1-0. A Reptile Dysfunkshun will take the lead here in the first half, and they will be on offense in the second half. Well done. We can see that play, the successful pass, and then ran the Skink with an MA of 8 all the way to the opposing 22-yard line. And that's what clinched it. 2 dead and injured. Nobody's one player's coming back onto the pitch for Tracksuit Mafia. They will have a 1-man deficit. 10v11 on the pitch. Tracksuit Mafia on defense now. They have to try to get this ball back. We are in the playoffs now. That means there are no draws. If this half ends in a draw, it will be a third quote-unquote half. It'll be another set of 8 turns, and it will be sudden death. So it'll start with a coin toss, just like normal. You won't get back any of your injuries. You'll get a roll for your kickoff. For your knockouts, just like normal. But crucially, you do not get back your team rerolls. So if it looks like it's going to play to a draw, we will see these two coaches play a little bit differently to try to conserve their rerolls for the sudden death overtime. Three-man defensive line for Tracksuit Mafia. They're only down 1 player. That's not too bad. They're still very much in it. They just got to find a way to get to the ball. I have to imagine a Reptile Dysfunkshun is going to slow roll this game. And Cliffy says, so first half he was dwarves, now he's an elf team. All right, that's it. Wow. Needs to be a little careful of a Skink getting behind him. Even though, this isn't a high AG team, all the Skinks have AG 3, and Reptile Dysfunkshun still has his full rerolls. So if a skink gets behind the defense, he could still pass the ball. Clevy says, was his kicker injured or was he on the sidelines? His kicker was on the sidelines, so his kicker's in the game now. He's right here. I don't think it's going to matter too much. He could try for a shallow kick, but I don't think he wants to. I don't think, you know, a shallow kick would be great when you're like an Elven team. You know, he could shallow kick here, maybe try to block down a skink. But I don't think a Reptile Dysfunkshun is going to allow it, but we'll see. There's just too much strength on the line. Three-man line for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Two Saruses, shallow and other wide zone. Two skinks back to receive. He's got the ball carrier right at the center position. He's got the number 13 skink in the left wide zone, pulling a skink back into the right wide zone as well. He looks like he doesn't want to waste any time here in this half. That's it. So we might see a shallow kick here if he's feeling gutsy, but it's a risk. If he goes for a shallow kick, he could try to run around either sideline and go after this ball. But we'll see. We'll see what he wants to do. Looks like he's kicking here. Odd kick. Quick snap. Ooh. No, he's got to go. Wow, he's got to go for a deep kick. We'll see if the kick goes out of bounds. Honestly, I think a Reptile Dysfunkshun moves up and gets the assists and goes after this line. That's exactly what he's got to do. Well done. Like he says, scatters onto the skink. Hank the Rangers has terrible kickoff result. Why is the weather not bad? I demand to know why. All right, so he already has a 2-die block on the left Chaos Warrior. He's going to get a 2-die block on the Beastman over the right. Wow, so many blocks, so many blocks. So this kickoff result, if you don't want to give up blocks, you want to be 2 spaces back. Who called that? Who called that? Clypheus scatters onto the skink. Called it. Two-die block. That's really good positioning too, because it can either, I mean, it can scatter in any of the 8 directions, but you're doubling your odds here. So 3 spaces go out of bounds. Not doubling your odds, you're increasing it by 1, but 3 spaces are a touchback, 1 goes back into your hands. That's great. Gets the POW with the big guy against the big guy. Once again, Tracksuit Mafia went toe-to-toe, big guy to big guy. Cliffy says, what do you want to bet he ends the turn fouling the Minotaur? We'll see. He'll have the position to do it. 2-die block gets a push on the right side against the number 6 Beastman. Follows up, takes the mark. 2-die block in the right wide zone, gets the POW. Gets a stun. It's a good stun. It won't give back an assist. 2-die blitz in the left wide zone. Gets a push. Decides to follow up. Marks both Beastmen. Says, you want to take a 1-die block? Come get me. Still has the number 14 Saurus in the left wide zone to do something with. He could move up to Mark if he wants. Or he could move back. Or he could move to the right. He's going to move forward to Mark. 4 skinks remain. Here comes the foul on the Chaos Warrior. Got 2 assists on the Chaos Warrior. Didn't work out. Ball carrier moves forward to the 8-yard line. Like I said, I thought he was going to pin both Beastmen on the left side. Is that a good trade? Maybe. Turn 9. First turn of the second quarter for Tracksuit Mafia. 2 players out of position on the line. Everybody else is marked. What do you do? Good offense here by Nick Satan. Nick Satan's strength here is not in human tactics or even dwarven tactics where you're like, you know what, I just need to protect the ball and sort of plot up the pitch. He's using that strength to his advantage. He's using that strength to mark players who can't get away, not effectively. 2-die block. He's going to have to spend the TRR here. He's thinking about not doing it. Spends the TRR, gets the POW. But now he needs to be careful of action order for the rest of the turn. I don't think it's too tricky on this turn, action order-wise, but man, I think you need to reset your defense. Stuns, follows up due to Frenzy with the Minotaur. Oh boy, oh boy. Takes a 1-die block on the right side of the pitch, gets a POW. 8+. Doesn't break armor. What are these claws made of? Paper mache? Another 1-die block, another POW with claws. And still hasn't broken armor. Oh, that is unfortunate. He's freed up a Beastman. He can move him over to try to get an assist. He can do a bunch of stuff. Doesn't have a reroll left. There's GFI for the assist? No. Currently, it's a 1-die block with Claw on the Saurus. 2 of them worked out with pals. Does he want to try it again? He is. He gets a push. He'll follow up here. And now he can get another assist to get another block. Another block on the Saurus. Let's see. 5 versus 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there we go. Good knockdown on the Saurus. Gonna follow up to get out of the Crocs' way. Turn 10 for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. They've got the left wide zone free and clear right now. Tracksuit Mafia doing the best they can on defense. But it's tough with the 2 Chaos Warriors sort of encapsulated here in the center of the pitch. It's tough. They need to find a way to pull these players back out and reset their defensive formation. Reptile Dysfunkshun considering where he wants to go here on turn 10. It's just the second turn of the half. Does he want to commit early to the left wide zone? I don't think he does. Move the number 4 Saurus in, and now there's 4 Beastmen all marked by 2 Sauruses. That is as good a trade as it gets. Oh, he is going to commit. He's going to set up a half cage almost certainly at the opposing 4-yard line. Yes, indeed. That's exactly what he's going to do. The infamous skink cage. Marks the 2 beastmen on the right side. Look at the trade right now. 3 players marking 6. Big guy. Moves that Chaos Warrior further out of position. Number 2 will also be moved further out of position. Oh, I would have thought he'd move him back here. All right, fair enough. Oh, you wanted the positive dodge. You know what? Smart, smart, smart. There's another KO. Well done. 2-man player advantage for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Both of the Chaos Warriors are effectively out of this drive. One is off the pitch. The other one just has very little hope of getting back into position. He's going to stand up and take his licks like a champion. 2-die block over in the right wide zone. Nick Satan is fine with this. He got 3 marks on this. Oh, I spoke too soon. Poor Pancakes. Pancakes injured. Now back to a 1-man player advantage for Tracksuit Mafia, unless the Apothecary is spent. Nick Satan's thinking about it. No, Oppo is kept in the pocket. Just a 1-man player advantage, but they got to do something here on D. They pull in a Beastman from the right wide zone to assist on the block against the number 4 Saurus. He's got a 2-die block against the Saurus right now. Deciding who he wants to take it with, almost certainly. Yep. Takes the block, works out. This is with Claw. That Claw is just not working out today. Man, oh man! Currently has a 1-die block against the number 3 Saurus. He can make it a 2-die block. He has to be careful with these skinks. These skinks can move 8 MA. Not so trusty Patches demands death. Welcome to the stream. Only takes the 1-die block. He wants to leave the 2 Beastmen free to move. Oh, who's he going to blitz? Number 13? Do you blitz from the front? Clypheus is praying to Nuffle. Whoa, 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 why the dodge? Why the dodge? What is that? Took a 6+ dodge. Oh no! Do you think that was an error? Took a blitz. It couldn't have been. He took a blitz on the ball carrier. Oh no. Decided not to blitz the front of the cage. He could have repositioned the 2 Beastmen in front of the half cage and took a blitz on the corner. Instead, he went for a 6+ dodge on the ball carrier. Didn't work out. Really wanted to try to surf that ball carrier. 2-die block with the Crocs here. He might just take it. Oh no. He spent it. And somehow got an injury out of it. If I were him, I would have just taken it. He spent the TRR. At least he's down a TRR, but somehow still got a KO out of it. Two-man player advantage back to a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Tracksuit Mafia needs to block down this Saurus. The problem is, to make it a safe block, they need to pull another player in. So they'll dedicate a player here, and then they need to blitz because they want to move the other. They want to move the blocker. Yeah, so he's going to collapse down. There's really not a whole lot he can do. It's such a risky dodge to get in here. Like, there's really not a lot you can do. Unless he just wants to take the 2-die block and blitz the number 11 skink, he could do that. But these skinks are stunty and have dodge, so... Good block by the Minotaur. Blitz still on the table. 1 TRR left for Tracksuit Mafia in the game. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz. It's going to be a dodge push. He'll follow up for sure. Yep, he wants to get the mark. But the problem is, he's got to get somebody in to mark this skink as well. 2-die block on the number 4 Saurus. This will work out. Gets the POW. Hoping for something. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. Good marks. Good marks. I was wondering if he was going to try to GFI with number 3 here. He doesn't. I think that's wise. Stands up the Crocs. Pickles. Pickles is going to tag number 9. Has a mark on the number 9 Beastman, the kicker. Might betray that's where the foul is headed. Looks like it is. Takes the blitz over on number 9. Ooh, he'll get a push. No foul this turn. But who knows? He might get it on the Minotaur. Can he get it on the Minotaur? No, he's not going to take that blitz on the Minotaur. He has a TRR left here. 2 dodges. So he went in for the assist. He takes the 2-die block on the Minotaur first. This will work. Life says, what did the skinks do? I think he just takes the 2 dodges. He still has a TRR. Two dodges, you have the dodge skill. You're stunty. You have a team reroll. Took the 1-die block. Wow. So now it's just 1 dodge. Wow. And there it is. 2-0 the score. Reptile Dysfunkshun takes a commanding lead here in the second half. Tracksuit Mafia is going to have to pull some magic out of their hat if they want to win this game and advance to the Chaos Cup Finals. 3 dead and injured for Tracksuit Mafia. They're not getting back their knockout player. 1 dead and injured for a Reptile Dysfunkshun, so it'll be a 3-man player advantage, I think. For a Reptile Dysfunkshun, let's see. 4, 8, and they should have 11. Yep. So a 3-man player advantage to a Reptile Dysfunkshun now. A little more than 1 quarter left to play in this semifinal matchup. Tracksuit Mafia is going to have to score quickly. But, you know, they're also playing for the season. So they might not want to put their players at undue risk. They might say, you know what, I've already lost this game. I'll take smart hits. I'll play the game like normal and just not, you know, not Hail Mary this ball and keep my players safe. And we'll just try again in the Spike Magazine Trophy. Well, you know, that's the coach's prerogative. We'll see what Merrick wants to do. I always think it's fun to go for the gold. Clavius says no risk is undue at this point. He needs to focus on murdering Sarsis for the rest of the game. And why might that be? That's what Trusty Patches says. Let's see a miracle and tie it up. It could happen. No reason. Five-man wide line here for a Reptile Dysfunction yet again. Tracksuit Mafia putting everybody on the line. One back to receive. That'll be the kicker. All right. All right. No Chaos Warriors left. A Reptile Dysfunction does not have a kicker. Clifey says all his Chaos Warriors are off the pitch. Yes, they are. Here's the kick. No kicker, so the ball's going to go where the ball's going to go. Oh, are you kidding? Brilliant coaching. That's that coach assistant working out in a Reptile Dysfunction's favor. Great kick despite not having a kicker. They're going to get another TRR. They're up to 2. One of these teams prayed to Nuffle tonight, and one of these teams did not. And now Tracksuit Mafia, if they want to try to advance in the Chaos Cup, they've got to make a miracle happen. They spend their final TRR on the left side of the line. No TRRs left for Tracksuit Mafia. They get a block. They didn't follow up, so they can't take a 2-die block again on number 3. Nothing coming out of these claws. Finally got something. It was only a stun. I think that's the first time claws worked out in this game for Tracksuit Mafia. Is he going to try to pick up the ball? Nope, he's not. I would have at this point. Why not? You don't have a TRR. You can't make it safe next turn. Takes 2-die block over the right side of the pitch. Finally claw works out again, but again it's just a stun. He can't capitalize on it because he doesn't have the ball. He's going to pull a player back to try to defend the ball carrier. I don't think he... Oh, boy. He took the block. I don't know if he wanted to take this block. Now he's got this frenzy follow-up. Huh. 1-die frenzy follow-up. Luckily gets a push. If you are unskilled, there are 2 faces that are in your favor, there are 2 faces that work against you, and there are 2 faces that are a push. Takes the YOLO 1-die block. He ended up taking the block after all. Didn't work out, unfortunately. I would have left it alone. That's a 1-die tie-up coming back. Turn 13. 4th quarter begins. A Reptile Dysfunction in a commanding 2-0 lead. They have 2 TRRs. Tracksuit Mafia has none. A Reptile Dysfunction still has a bribe, still has their apothecary. Tracksuit Mafia has lost their apothecary as well. These skinks are moving down to collapse in this ball. He's going to try to make this a 3-0 ball game. We'll see if he gets away with it. 2 skinks move down the right wide zone. 2-die block with the Crocs. This will work. Follows up. Continuing to take good blocks and push players out of position. You see, he takes that block, pushes the player away from the ball. He has a free Saurus. He has two free Sauruses, 2 free Skinks, one of which is the sneaky get Meatwad of New Jersey. Not so trusty Patches wants to see more dead Skinks and Beastmen. 2-die block on left wide zone. He's going to spend the TRR. It's not going to work out. That'll be the end of the turn with a both down result. Turn 13 back to Tracksuit Mafia. Do you just pick up the ball and just run like the wind? Do you just hope? Is that what you do? Cleffy says, does Claws do anything on both down? No. Or it does. Yes. Yeah. I'm so focused on this ball. Let's see what's going on back up here. All right, there's the blitz on the Skink. 2-die blitz. He'll get a dodge push out of it. Push him toward the sideline. Where do you move? You move him up here? Was that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That looks like 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe? Nope. He's gotta move him back toward the ball. There's the ball pickup, but now what do you do? Oh boy, is it going to be a pass? Are we seeing a pass? Yeah, we are. Here we go. Good pass. Good reception. Let's go, bro, Alexander. Let's go. He'll get 1 Beastman to defend. Well done. 2-die block. Back at the line against the number 4 Saurus. He'll take the both down result. That is a pretty Leroy Jenkins move. I respect it. Turn 14. Reptile Dysfunkshun with 1 TRR remaining. They got that extra reroll on a brilliant coaching kickoff result. They had the assistant coach to help with that. Marks the number 5 Beastman protecting the ball carrier. Marks the number 12 Beastman. Finally gets a mark on the ball carrier. There's no reroll left for Tracksuit Mafia. Every die they roll is a risk. Yeah, yes indeed. Move another skink back there. Make him roll 100 million dice. That's exactly what he's doing. Good defense here by Reptile Dysfunkshun. You want to score, you better want it. Moves the number 5 Cyrus Krieger back to play some semblance of a D. He's going to take a push back at center pitch. He's got 2 skinks left to do something with. He might reserve one to be in scoring position. Tracksuit Mafia is not going to risk taking a blitz on a skink. And then pull the other one back. That's what I would do anyway. Oh, he's going to mark a Beastman with one of them. Oh boy, wow, he's going to take a blitz instead. 1 die blitz. And he gets a POW. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? Turn 14. Tracksuit Mafia can take a positive dodge blitz to the skink, but I don't think he can score if he does it. Let's see. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can. So he can take a positive dodge to a 2-die blitz on the skink, and then it's 2 GFIs to score. Oh my god, he's taking... All right, 2-die block. You know what? That's good. That's good. It's more dice, but that's good. Look at that skink's eyeballs. All right. Blitz. Here we go. 2 dice. He'll get the dodge push. That's fine. That's all he needs. Dodge push is fine. He'll push him to the right. And then he's got 2 GFIs to score down the left sideline. Can he do it? No TRRs. Let's go. Two GFIs rather. Here's 1. Here's 2. That is it. And just like that, Tracksuit Mafia gets on the board. 2-1 is the score. Holy moly. The beautiful, the luxurious Tracksuit Mafia cheerleaders. Let's see if Tracksuit Mafia can get back a Chaos Warrior. They can't. They cannot. So they'll be down 3 players again going into this, what may very well be the final drive of the game, unless he ties it up. 2 turns left. A Reptile Dysfunkshun does not have a kicker, so they can't make this a safe kick. And of course, there is always the chance of a riot. If there is a riot, there will be another turn put on the board. I don't know what Tracksuit Mafia is hoping for more, a riot or an extra team reroll. Tracksuit Mafia needs to be careful here with these, putting all these players on the line like this. Oh man, he's got to be cognizant of some of the kickoff events and be careful that he doesn't end up losing players that he absolutely needs. He's got to get this ball back on this turn and be in, well, rather, he's got to be in scoring position on this turn, and then he's got to get the ball back. Oh, I'm sorry. Tracksuit Mafia does have the kicker. Tracksuit Mafia 2 deep on the left side. No. He's going to cover that left wide zone. He is almost certainly going to set up a screen here. He's going to fill in the gaps with the Strength 4 Sauruses. And also, Trusty Patches says, rock time? Perhaps so. He's demanding death. I'd love to see it happen. I want to see this game go into overtime. What a pass. What a pass. What a block. 2 GFIs. No TRRs. Oh, I love this game, man. Here's the kick. He's going to go shallow. Shallow to the right side. No. Shallow to the left side. What's the event? Perfect defense. Tracksuit Mafia can reset their defense. They'll take it. And that's the power of a kicker. You'll see this generally used to great effect on elf teams. Because they're so fast, they can employ a kicker. They can just grab that ball. Or if they want to, if it's a slow plotting team they're against, they can just kick deep. So Tracksuit Mafia's got 2 turns. They've got to end this turn in scoring position. A Reptile Dysfunkshun has 1 TRR left. You can bet that they are aware of what Tracksuit Mafia has to do. 1 space closer to Tracksuit Mafia. Turn 15. Sidestep Skink. Moves forward. Gets a tackle zone on the ball. 2 tackle zones on the ball. 2 Sarses in the left wide zone. They're going to trundle down pitch back to center pitch. Lifey says good scatter. He'll just put everyone around the ball and not pick it up would be my guess. Yeah, maybe. I might try to pick it up with the skink. Good pal. But yeah, I mean that's fair. That's totally fair. This is what you have to. This is what we were talking about before. You have to be careful when you stack your players like that, that you don't become the victim of a chain push that puts you out of position. So right now, you can see Tracksuit Mafia is every single player except the Minotaur is marked, and that is not where they want to be. 2-die block on the left side of the line will be a push. Under a minute to play in turn 15 for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. They shift the Saurus in the left wide zone over back to center pitch. They're going to foul the player. I would have left that player there just to eat up space. That sneaky get has not been called off the entire game. "16 seconds left for Reptile Dysfunkshun. He might be okay with where he's at. Nope, he's going to bring in an assist. Here we go. 2-die block on the number 12 Beastman in the right wide zone. It's going to push him off 1 space away. Now he's got a Saurus to do something with, but he might not do anything. Yeah, there's the pickup. Failed the pickup. Spent the TRR. Oh boy. All right. I think you move him down pitch. Or you take a 2-die block. No. 2-die blitz? Nah, I don't know. That's a 1-die. I think you move someone down pitch. You've got to get somebody in the scoring position. If he's at 6, that's just barely enough without GFIs. And then you got to do something. You got to blitz the ball carrier. Failed the blitz. No TRRs, and that is it. There's 1 turn left, but a Reptile Dysfunkshun is going to come out ahead. 2-1, and they will be advancing to the Chaos Cup Finals. Can he even get in scoring position? Let's see. Oh boy. 3-1. 3-1, potentially. 2-die block on the start is going to be a both down result. Oh no, he gets injured for the block. Yeah, I don't know if I want to risk these injuries. He's going to spend his apothecary, and it works out, thankfully. I stand corrected. Waste these injuries? No, I think not. I think not. How is it a waste? How is it a waste? How is it a waste when he dies? Wow! Final turn for Tracksuit Mafia. The best they can do is try to blitz down the number 13 skink. Oh boy. Wow. Finally fails the wild animal roll. The bull centaur, I'm sorry, the minotaur is going to be moving nowhere. Clevius with 2 injuries and 1 block, a new record. Yeah, Ninja Gloppy, that is my reaction as well. Not so trusty Patches says my demand has been satisfied. He's going to take a 1-die block on the right wide zone. These are risky, especially that's against a skilled player. The player has the block skill. He's going to take it. He wants vengeance at this point. Taking it with claws. He's looking for something. 8+? Oh, looking for more than a stun if that's all he got. No, didn't even get that much. Claws has not worked out this game. Still oh no, he tried to blitz with the Minotaur, so he's not even going to stop the score. He's going to foul. A GG foul. Well done. All he got was a stun. Can he get there? Oh, he's not even going to bother. Takes the 1-die block, gets KO'd for his trouble. At least it wasn't something worse. What? No score? Oh, was that the end of it? That must have been the end of it. 2-1. 2-1 is the final. Oh, Reptile Dysfunkshun will advance. GG's to both coaches. That was a great, great game. You can see just how many armor breaks Reptile Dysfunkshun had. 18 armor breaks versus just 7 for Tracksuit Mafia. Ball possession pretty good by both teams. But this is where it all changed. We said once you get player advantage, that's the name of tonight's game, and that's exactly what happened. 3 KOs inflicted, 3 injuries inflicted, 1 kill inflicted. Yikes! SPP for tonight's game. 13 for Tracksuit Mafia. Not a bad haul at all. What is that? 18 for a Reptile Dysfunkshun? That is sickening. I don't like that at all. But good luck to everyone else who has to go up against that. All right, we'll take a look at the bracket before we'll take a look at the bracket, and then we'll take a look at the schedule before we leave. So that'll do it. A Reptile Dysfunkshun will advance to the Chaos Cup Finals. They will also guarantee their invitation to the Blood Bowl. Whoever wins the Chaos Cup will advance to the Blood Bowl in the upper bracket, and whoever loses the finals will advance to the Blood Bowl in the lower bracket. Clifey says, any of the players who got SPP, the dead player. Let's see. I don't remember who died. Oh wait, I think I have it in the replay. Let's see the replay. We'll see who died. Bro Alexander. Yes. There's 5 on Bro Alexander. So that's 5 SPP. That's a good call. 5 SPP that just are getting lost. So 8 SPP for Tracksuit Mafia. Oh man. But yeah, that's the name of the game, man. I'll take a look at the schedule before we leave. So the final semifinal matchup will be this Saturday, February 26th at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be Pip's Pippy Fan Club at Knee High to Nuffle, the number 1 team versus the number 4 team. Knee High to Nuffle, the only remaining undefeated team in the Chaos Cup. They will be against the Pip's Pippy Fan Club. That is also a Lizardman team. It will be Lizard versus Chaos Dwarves. That will be the final matchup of the semifinals. The winner will move on to face a Reptile Dysfunkshun. I hope you had fun. I had a blast. Play Blood Bowl. You can play it at you can pick up the tabletop copy at your friendly local game store. You can also pick up Blood Bowl 2 here on Steam and play it with us. This is an open league. It's open to new and veteran coaches alike. I love this game. I hope you did too. I hope you had fun. And we'll see you back here Saturday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the final semifinal matchup here in the first competition of Season 2, the Chaos Cup. Have a great evening, everybody.